Do your curls and waves not last through the end of the day, or they frizz up immediately and you're struggling with getting enough hold? Well, today I'm answering your questions about getting longer lasting results and some other questions that you all asked. I'm also going to be testing out some new products from the drugstore as well as some favorites and showing you how I got these results in this video. Also, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Gina and here we talk all things naturally curly. I love simplifying things, and I'm also a curl coach who helps my clients do this every day in their curls. We troubleshoot, we problem solve, and I help them get those long-lasting results that saves them time, money, and energy on their hair. So let's get started with the video. I'm starting off with my hair freshly washed. I'll talk about this new hair towel in just a moment, but I've already shampooed and conditioned my hair. I actually used the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Bond Building Shampoo and Conditioner. That's definitely one of my all-time favorite shampoos and conditioners. But today I'm going to be using Not Your Mother's products, mainly because I wanted to test out their new Curl Talk Moisturizing Lotion. I've never tried this before, but since it's a lotion, I'm obviously going to need a gel. So I'm going to be using their Flash Freeze Gel, which is one of my all-time favorite gels from the drugstore. So I'll be sharing more about that. And then I also got their new Strengthening Oil, which to me sounds a little bit like a bonding oil dupe. So I'll have to see how that works at the end. I don't usually finish with oils, but I do want to test it out today. I'm not going to be talking a ton about the steps in the products throughout the video since I'm going to be answering questions, but if you want to check below for the links on the products that I'm using, and then I'll also share like my first impressions, reviews, and stuff towards the end of the video and also on the blog post. So first going in with the moisturizing lotion from Not Your Mother's. This has heat protectant in it, which is nice because I don't want to have to use another product. I was actually expecting this to be more lightweight, calling it a lotion, but it looks to be pretty thick. Like, look, when I blend it out, you can see that's pretty thick. So this just feels like a curl cream. When I hear lotion, I usually think of like something that is more watery. If you wanted a more lightweight option, I would go with their leave-in. The Curl Talk leave-in is one of my favorites, and it actually contains heat protection in that as well. But yeah, this is definitely pretty thick. Like, I can rub it together and it keeps spreading. So that was probably a little bit too much, but it's my first time trying it out. Unfortunately, this might not be an option for super fine hair unless if you don't have much conditioning in your gel. So to me, that feels more creamy and has more slip compared to the regular Not Your Mother's Curl Talk cream. All right, now it's time for gel, which I'm going to apply in sections. I think I'm going to brush style first and then scrunch in the gel because it's a very thick gel. Just going to use my Tangle Teezer to style, and then I'll scrunch in the gel. I actually have two questions for this first segment. One of them says, what do you do if mousse is not strong enough but Stronghold gel is too heavy? And then the other one asks, I have overly soft hair, adding frizz product seems to weigh it down. Well, I ended up grouping these two together because my answer was the same for both of them. There's a couple of different options if you want to achieve stronghold without weighing down your hair. The first being just use a lightweight Stronghold gel. And by lightweight, I mean a gel that has few or no conditioning ingredients. A lot of gels are packed with conditioning ingredients, but some have less. In fact, the Curl Talk Flash Freeze Gel actually doesn't have that many conditioning ingredients. It does have polymers, which are inherently conditioning, but they don't seem to weigh down the hair as much as heavier ingredients. So take a look at the ingredients on your gels and look for some that just mainly have like glycerin and polymers, maybe some film forming humectants, not gels that contain a lot of oils and butters towards the top of the ingredients list. This gel is a good option for you. It is thick in terms of the formulation, so I do usually thin it out with some water. So if you're not already doing that, I definitely recommend it. And you also might need a little bit more water in your hair. Some other gels that I recommend would be the Curlsmith Fragrance Free Stronghold Gel. It's one of my all-time favorite gels. It also has a thick consistency, but it's fairly low in conditioning ingredients. The Resos Curls Stronghold Gel is another one that has virtually no conditioning ingredients, and in fact, it even has an alcohol, which can help for overly soft hair that gets weighed down easily. And one of the most lightweight, medium to stronghold gels that I've tried is the Curl Keeper Ultimate Hold Gel. That one is pretty low in conditioning, and in fact, my hair gets dry. Actually, with all of these gels, my hair gets dry if I don't use a curl cream underneath. But if you don't need a lot of conditioning or a lot of moisture in your routine, you could use some of these gels by themselves. Another option to get a strong hold without the weight would be to use a mousse that has stronger hold. So one that comes to mind that I really like is the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk mousse. This mousse is technically like a medium hold, but if you apply enough of it, you can definitely get more hold out of it. Another thing I like to do is apply it, dry my hair, and then I go in with a little bit of extra mousse on top of dry hair just to get a little bit of extra hold. That's a great way to get a cast out of that mousse. I've been on the hunt for an even stronger hold mousse than that one, so if you know of one, definitely let me know below. And then the third option to get strong hold without the weight would be to use a hairspray. You could style with a hairspray, or you could even top off your hair with these gels or these mousses that I've been talking about with a hairspray on top. So if you wanted to use just like a medium hold mousse, just add a hairspray on top to get more hold. One that I really like is the Curlsmith Flawless Finish hairspray. That's a great aerosol, alcohol-free hairspray that's not too drying. Another one I really like is the Living Proof hairspray. That one is more of a softer finish, like it's not gonna be too hard and crunchy. So for the other question that was saying they had overly soft hair, that's where you'll definitely want to look for these gels that have some texture and grit. All of the gels that I've just mentioned have different levels of texture and grit. Most of them have like a medium to high amount of texture and grit. And that usually comes from those thicker gels. Thicker gels are harder to apply, but you just need to apply more water and just rub it together with some water to help make it spread easier. And you can also try what I'm doing, which is brush styling first and then just scrunching it in. And I'm also doing some finger coiling and stuff like that. But most of the gels have just a little bit of conditioning so that way you have some slip. Next question says, as my hair is getting thinner, it's getting frizzier with fewer days of hold. If you're noticing that your hair is getting thinner and it's also appearing frizzier and it's also not lasting as long, there's a couple of things you can do. A lot of times this is simply from your new growth coming in. I know when I was experiencing hair thinning, I had a lot of baby hairs that were sticking up all over, a lot of flyaways, a lot of root frizz, and that's because the hair was growing in. Yes, I was also losing hair, but it was also growing back. And whenever you're recovering from a bout of hair loss, you're going to notice a lot of shorter hairs all over. And those shorter hairs don't always group the best into a curl clump because they're not the same length, especially if you are experiencing like a change in your curl pattern. That's a whole nother story, but sometimes that can also create more frizz. Sometimes this can also be from breakage, but you'll basically want to really baby your hair as it's growing back out, which you should be doing anyways if you're experiencing a lot of thinning. That just means taking really good care of it, making sure you're prioritizing your scalp health, and just being gentle so that way you don't cause breakage in your hair. I highly recommend trying to embrace the frizz as much as you can, because if you're experiencing thinning hair, that frizz, especially on the inner layers, can really help to fill it in. The more defined your hair is and the stronger hold that you use, your hair might look a little bit more sparse and less filled in because the hairs are gathered together. That's what makes curl clumps. So I highly recommend styling for less curl clumps. Don't clump your hair as much. Maybe try using less water. For example, I had a lot of water in this section and it's really clumping together. Like these curl clumps are actually a little bit too thick for my liking, so I'm just separating them lightly. But it's all about how you style. You can still use your same products and style for more fullness. I've done lots of videos on styling for more fullness that I can link you to, but basically you don't want to over clump your hair. Another tip you can try if you're really struggling with thinning hair and frizz is focus on just taming the frizz on the surface layer, so on the top section, and just allow for more frizz to form on the inner layers. This will help kind of fill in your hair. If you found that helpful or if you have learned something so far, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. It's totally free. My hair is definitely more wet today than it usually is, but that's because this gel is so thick. Next question asks, I have fine, dry, wavy hair. My waves fall and stretch very easily. How can I get them to look healthy and hold their shape without feeling crunchy? So let's first talk about some ways that you can get more hold and longevity out of your waves and curls, specifically for those that struggle with their waves falling straight. And these steps are great for any hair type basically that struggles with not getting enough hold. The first step is to make sure that your shampoo is strong enough enough, and it's also not too conditioning. If your very first step is conditioning your hair, then your hair is set up to not last from the beginning. Then for your next step, you want to make sure that your conditioner is not too heavy. Again, the more conditioning in your routine, the less hold you're going to get. You'll want to skip curl creams and opt for lightweight leave-ins. And I would even say skip leave-in, but since you mentioned that your hair is dry, that tells me that you might need just a little bit of conditioning in your routine. So a good option would be a lightweight leave-in conditioner. Something like their Not Your Mother's Curl Talk leave-in would be good. And then you'll want to go with a lightweight stronghold gel like the ones that I mentioned previously. And the final step would be to use a stronghold gel such as the ones that I already mentioned towards the beginning of the video, and or add in a hairspray. Hairspray is going to help so much with waves and loose curls falling limp because it gives your hair more texture and grit to it. So even if you're using a gel that isn't super texturizing, you could finish off with a hairspray to give yourself more texture and grit. So that texturized feeling, that stickier feeling is what's going to prevent overly soft hair from falling flat or loose waves and curls. Now, you did mention your hair is more dry, so I would use a hairspray that's not quite as sticky. So I would go with something like the Living Proof one that I mentioned. I also like the Eva NYC hairspray. That's another one that's not too texturizing, but it's still gonna give you some hold. And you just don't want to overdo it with those. I am applying my gel before I style to the top section just for more frizz control. If you're experiencing super crunchy hair, I first have to ask you, are you scrunching out the crunch? This is just one of those overlooked steps that a lot of people forget or they don't know that they can do. But after your hair dries, break your cast. That's that crunch in your hair. Most of the time you can scrunch out the crunch and you're going to be left with nice curls that feel softer. You don't have to go around with that crunch in your hair if you don't like it. However, if you've already tried breaking your cast and you can't get the cast to release, then that's one of the telltale signs that you have used too much product. If you didn't see, I did a whole video on using too much or not enough product and what those differences look like. I actually do a split test in my hair so you can see exactly what too much looks like. And that was one of the main symptoms. I was not able to get my cast out no matter how hard that I scrunched. Now, if you've already scrunched pretty hard and you've tried using less gel and you still can't get the crunch out, then possibly that gel is just not right for you. One other thing that I wanted to mention is sometimes it's the wrong ratio of gel to water. If you don't use enough water in your hair when you're applying your gel, that can lead to hair that's too crunchy. So this is all assuming that you've tried breaking the cast and you still have crunch. I'm almost done styling, but be sure to stay tuned to see my results from using these new products. Now that I'm done styling, I'm just going to go around and scrunch. This is the step that everybody seems to forget, but if any of you have waves or looser curls, then you definitely want to make sure that you go around and scrunch while your hair is still wet and before you pick up your towel. Now I'm going to micro plop, and I'm actually testing out the new Curlfriend Collective hair towel. This is a cotton towel. Look how big that it is. It even has a really nice loop on the back too for when you're tying your hair up. This is super nice, high quality fabric, but it actually comes with a smaller towel for scrunching specifically. So I'm gonna use this to scrunch. It's completely dry, so hopefully it doesn't soak up too much water, but I'm just going to gently scrunch. After I microplop, I like to go in with just a little bit of extra gel, although I don't think I need much of it today. I'm just diluting it with some water, and then I'm going to smooth over the areas that I know typically get frizzy. For me, it's like this corner, and then also my grays love to pop out. So I'm just going to gently smooth them down and glaze over that surface. This is also when I usually do praying hands to also help smooth down any frizzy ends. While I diffuse, I want to show you some of the other new Curlfriend Collective items that I've been testing out that I actually just purchased. My hair is actually dry, so you're seeing now the dried results after diffusing, but I'm letting it set. I always like to set for a bit. So I already mentioned the new Curlfriend Collective towel. I'm really enjoying this. This was my first time at trying it out. It's just a really nice, high quality cotton towel, and look how big it is. This thing is huge, and then I love that it also comes with the little mini scrunching towel as well. So I got mine in the shade black. That way it doesn't show stains. I would definitely go with the black if you have color treated hair. But the main thing that I wanted to order was their new headbands. I'm a huge fan of headbands, and this is their Comfort Curve. I think that's what it's called. It's basically a curved headband at the bottom so it doesn't give you a headache. And it's made of the real mulberry silk that all of the Curlfriend Collective products are made out of. It actually comes with this little thing that keeps the headband together so it doesn't get stretched out. But I have been wearing this all the time, and I got it in the shade brown, which just matches my hair perfectly. So, and then I haven't tried this out yet, but this is their new shower cap that is silk lined. This is a really nice shower cap. I've tried cheap ones from Amazon and they just don't hold up that well. This has a really nice waterproof material. And then of course it has the silk lining on the inside. So how beautiful is this print? I love that it's just simple black on the outside and then has this gorgeous pattern on the inside. So I can put my discount code below for Curlfriend Collective if you want to check them out. I got these with my own money, except for the towel was gifted, which was super sweet because I wanted to try the towel out as well. Now that my hair is set for a minute, I'm ready to break the cast. So I usually skip using oils because I really like to maximize hold, and sometimes when you add in oils, it can soften things up too much. But I want to test out the new Curl Talk Strengthening Oil. This says it's made with lightweight watermelon seed oil and biotin. So it says it's protein free, but it also helps protect from UV, silicone free, cruelty free, like all the Not Your Mother's products. It says it provides breakage protection and UV defense. So I love that. I'm always looking for a good lightweight oil option because a lot of my oils are more on the high end side. It feels very lightweight to start. I don't want to use too much. That was like 2 pumps, which feels like a little bit too much. It smells just like all the Curl Talk products. And I'm just going to use that to scrunch out my cast. If you have hair that is fine or overly soft, I would skip this and opt for a hairspray instead. I wouldn't use an oil to break your cast. It's really not needed. But for a little extra shine and to break up a hard cast like this, it works great. Looking like it's working good so far. The Not Your Mother's Flash Freeze Gel usually gives me a pretty hard cast, so I can usually go to town on scrunching and it doesn't mess up my hold. It does soften up pretty well. I have a little bit of that wet look, I think, because I did style soaking wet, but that usually softens up nicely throughout the day. And it's also because I still have some of that cast in. Be sure to stay tuned though, because I will be showing you my day 2 results. So even after all of that scrunching, my hair did not frizz up. That is the power of a good stronghold gel like the Flash Freeze Gel. So far, I'm really liking the combo with the new moisturizing lotion. I feel like it feels a little bit softer and more conditioning compared to the original Not Your Mother's Curl Talk cream. I have liked those two together, but if I want just a little bit more of that soft, clumpy feeling in my hair, I feel like this is a good option for that. I need to do a deep dive and see what the differences are on the ingredients, but this feels like a really good balance. We'll have to see how well this holds up. So let me show you my day 2 hair. It's now day 2 and I haven't had to do any refreshing. This routine turned out so good. I've used this gel before, but I don't know, I feel like my results with the moisturizing lotion underneath are even better than when I've used other curl creams with it, like the other Not Your Mother's cream or with their leave-in or the gel by itself. I really like this combo for my hair type. Also keep in mind, it's pretty mild outside. It's not humid, but this gel has worked really well for me in humidity, but I'm just impressed with it. I haven't done anything other than kind of shaking it out. I've worked out, I've showered. It's day 2 and I don't even need to refresh. I don't even feel like my ends are frizzy. Like usually I have quite a bit of frizz like on this section and it doesn't look too bad. I mean, maybe a little bit, but nothing that can't just be kind of dry finger coiled back into place. That's all I did was pretty much shake out the roots and I organized some of my curl clumps like I showed you all in my recent refresh video, how I just do a dry, easy refresh and I'm good to go. Let me know what you think below of these final results. I will have all of the products that I mentioned linked in the description box down below, as well as in the pinned comments. And if you are still struggling with not getting enough hold, then I highly recommend my Strong Hold cheat sheet. It's a free downloadable that you can grab on my blog. I will link it for you down below. And it basically outlines a simple 10-step routine and it details what you should adjust at each stage of your wash day. So I tell you what to do with your shampoo step, how to maximize the the hold and how to get those longer lasting results. And if you've already tried all of those steps and you've done everything and you're still not getting those long lasting results, that's where I would love to help you out through my group Curl Coaching membership. More details about that down below. And if you're struggling with your waves and curls falling or getting very weighed down and producty and sticky by day 2, then check out the recent video that I did. I will have it linked right here on the screen. It's all about how to properly refresh your hair to prevent that buildup-y feeling, especially when you're using gels like I use today. You'll definitely want to watch this to see how to properly refresh. So I will talk to you over in that video. Bye everyone.